Welcome! If you're new here, my mission is to build a strong, trailerable, 14-foot sailboat that's leak-proof and custom-built to cross oceans. It is constructed of PVC foam core between fiberglass skins. This is the foam sandwich construction method. I want this boat to be strong and dead simple. You won't find any Bluetooth connected toilets, combustion engines, water heaters, or any other unnecessary luxuries in this boat. It's like a minimalist, light, tough road bike you set up with camping gear and panniers specifically to bike across the country. In episodes 12 and 13, I fiberglassed over top of the bottom panel of the boat from stem to stern with 1 to 2 layers of 1708 fiberglass mat. In episode 13, I built a pair of longitudinals that will stiffen the bottom of the boat and support the floor of the main cabin. This is currently the state of the project. We have the transom and main bulkhead up, and the bottom is ready for more frames and supports to be attached. Subscribe and continue watching me build my dream boat, step by step. All right, let's get going with today's episode. Hey folks, it is 11 p.m. on Monday, December 27th, 2021 in San Diego, California. And you got Captain Perry here with you. I've been thinking for a while about what am I going to do for a mast. I am modeling this boat off of Yann Quenet's Baluchon boat, which he built with a spinning mast that furls up the sail as it spins and easily controlled with one furling line. But he made it out of 2 pieces of carbon fiber. So I wasn't sure where I was going to find a good carbon fiber mast for this. And if I have someone fabricate it, I have a feeling that it's going to cost, $3,000 or something like that, very expensive. I considered building one out of laminated wood. I've done something like that before. Or you can just use a solid piece of wood. I even considered using a single piece of bamboo, which is very strong and it naturally tapers to a smaller diameter. And I could rig that up so it spins. But my friend Costa sent me this Craigslist ad back in early November for a 31-foot long mast off of a Freedom 21 sailboat. I actually contacted Yann Quenet, who built Baluchon, and he's in South Africa right now. But he responded when I asked how long his mast is, and he said 24 feet 7 inches. So this mast that we found for sale on Craigslist, 31 feet long, comes off at Freedom 21. And the cool thing about the Freedom 21 is that the mast is free, no standing rigging. So it's a really strong carbon fiber mast that tapers up to a smaller diameter. I could cut off the bottom around 7 feet to get it down to 24 feet. And that would cut the weight down a lot and get it down to the size I need. And the mast on Baluchon, it has no halyards on it, no internal wiring or rigging or anything. Very simple. And you put the sail on the same way you do with like a laser sailboat. You take the mast out and you lay it on deck and you attach the sail with a line going through eyelets. So I'd like to do it the same way. It's very simple. So the only problem with this Freedom 21 mast is that it was located up in the San Francisco Bay Area, while I'm 8 hours south of there down in San Diego. And I was trying to think about, could I strap this to my car? And, it's going to be too long to strap onto the top of a car. And I thought, well, I used to have a Hobie 16, and I had a trailer for that.
and the trailer had a mast cradle. So maybe if I could find someone with a trailer who'd be willing to let me take it all the way up there or go up with them, that could work. But still, it's a very long trip to do with a trailer, and finding someone who is willing to loan you that equipment, it's difficult. Then this morning, the owner of the mast, we've been talking since November, he wrote me out of the blue that, hey, I'm coming down on a camping trip just north of LA with my family, and we're going today. It was kind of a last minute thing. Do you want me to cut the mast down to 24 feet myself and bring it down for you? And so I thought for a while and finally decided, okay, I can rig up some kind of DIY roof rack, and 24 feet might be manageable even on my little car. We can get away with it. So I went ahead and sent him a deposit. He cut the mast down to 24 feet and strapped it on the top of his camper. And by now he should be arriving at his campsite, which means tomorrow I got to throw together a DIY roof rack, custom made to hold this mast, and take a 2-hour trip across LA to the north side of LA, pick it up, and then come back. And I think the best way to do this is leave here like 3 a.m. LA rush hour supposedly runs from like 5 a.m. to 9:30. So if I leave here 3 a.m., I can get up there by 5 and then maybe take a nap somewhere. And then when he's up, talk to him, get the mast onto my car, strap it down, and then once LA rush hour has ended around 9:30, try to cross LA again, head south, back to San Diego, hopefully get here before lunch and eat something, and then start working on my day job. Kind of excited to get to this stage and get the mast, because once I have the mast, then there's a lot more things I can do with the boat. I know the exact dimensions that I'm going to be working with for where the mast is going to sit in the bottom of the hull of the boat, and how it's going to exit the cabin top. There's a lot I wouldn't have been able to build until I have that mast here and can actually make measurements on it. And by the way, cheers to 2022, a new year. My resolution is to have this boat in the water before Christmas. All right, this is going to be how to make a DIY roof rack for your car for about $8. I got these 2x3 pieces of lumber, 8 feet long, 2 of them, around $4 each. I already have 2 ratchet straps. And then I grabbed this yoga mat out of the trash yesterday, and I think I'll be able to do it with all that. I already have the screws I need. I keep awkwardly cutting things with my circular saw and forgetting that I have this bad boy. Put this to use. All right, I got all my cuts done. I got 2 cross beams, 4 bases, and then this will make the forward mast cradle and the aft mast cradle. Now it's time for some sanding. Check that out. Alright, to deal with the curve of the top of the car, I got to put 2 extra strips on the outboard side. I need to cut some notches to hold the ratchet straps. So I just took a circular saw to these ends a few times, and now I'm going to knock that out. All right, now for the dry fit. Let's see. Oh man, I think this is going to work great. I left home about 3 a.m. Got a full carafe of coffee, full tank of gas. Gonna try to get across LA before the rush hour starts. Well, it's 10 till 8 on Wednesday, December 29th. I'm in Malibu, California, just north of LA. I left San Diego at 3 a.m. and I got here around 5:30 in the morning. So got here and then slept for a little while in the back of the Honda Fit. Not the most comfortable, but I actually did fall asleep. Now this state park where I'm meeting this guy to buy the mast is about to open up at 8. So I'm gonna go meet him. Pretty park here. And there's the mast strapped on top of the camper. It's beginning to rain. We got it hooked up. Let's hope this works. Got my caution tape on there and ready to go now. Alright, now it's 9:30 in the morning. Hopefully LA traffic is winding down and I can sneak across LA back home to San Diego. Now let's just see how this thing behaves on top of the car. I don't know. It's like having a giant lance on top of the car. Well, like a surface-to-air missile, we've zipped through LA with no problems. Just about an hour and a half to go. Mast seems very stable. It's beautiful terrain here. It seems to me like actually GPS took me east around LA. Check out these mountains. Now that I've got it in my home, let's get rid of these dirty old lines and then weigh it, see how much it weighs. Now the style of rig I'm going to use doesn't require any halyard. But seeing as this already has one, I just tied a string to the old halyard for the main sheet halyard. Doesn't hurt. If I ended up wanting to use it, this string will let me feed a new line through. All right, now comes the time to answer the question I've had since I first laid eyes on this mast a couple months ago. How much does it actually weigh? Especially now that it's been cut down to 24 feet. So I got my bathroom scale here. Oh, and my guess, I'm gonna guess, having picked it up, I will say it's 39 pounds. All right, well, I was way off. The answer is 52 pounds. All right, well, that was a fun adventure today. I'm pretty beat. I've been up since 2:30 a.m. Really excited to have this mast. Worked out well. Thank you so much to Benjamin for driving it all the way down from the San Francisco Bay Area down to LA so I could pick it up. And I'm very pleased with how the DIY roof rack, $8 roof rack worked. I hope that really helps some other people who don't want to spend the money on a roof rack, because maybe you don't use it every single weekend. Just once in a while you want to strap a canoe or a surfboard on there. That's a great build. It worked really well. It worked for a 24-foot long, 52-pound mast at interstate speeds. So it can handle any kind of little boats or kayaks, surfboards. If you haven't already, please join us on the Ocean Capable Small Sailboat Facebook group. There's a link in the description. See you next time.
Mr. Bordeaux, let's make all preparations for getting underway.
That guy sure likes to carry things.
Hey, what's your name, buddy?
Holman.
How do we get back to your station, or I'll have you shot for a mutineer!
Well, shoot something!